Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. If you are new to the channel, welcome. This is Richard from WELSHYTECH, and today we have something very special. This is the Silverstone FLP02. It's a retro style case, and we also have the Peak 360 AIO as well. Should you buy either? Let's find out, shall we? Okay then, so we have got the Peak 360 and we have got the FLP02 retro PC case, both from Silverstone. Well, obviously this is a retro inspired tower chassis. Obviously it's going to have all the modern features of any type of case you've actually ever had, and quite honestly I actually like the overall look. But when it comes to actual specs, let's get into the motherboard support first. So when it comes to motherboard support, it does actually support eATX, ATX, micro ATX, as well as mini ITX motherboards. Not bad considering this is a retro styled PC case. When it comes to actual fans, well, it does have 3 fans included, and this is where 2 are included by here. But the front does have support for 2 120s, which obviously has 2 black fans included. When it comes to the actual top fan support, well, it does support 3 120s, 2 120s, or 2 160mm fans. Wow. The rear fan does support a 120 or a 140, but obviously it does come with an included 120mm black fan. Then we'll get into some radiator support. Well, it does support 120 or 140mm radiators at the back. The top, it does support a 120, 140, 240, a 280mm AIO or radiator, or a 360mm radiator. The actual CPU max height in this case is 182mm, which pretty much is all of them. Now, when it comes to an actual expansion slots, basically like GPUs or anything, now without the front 2 drive base here, you can fit a 386mm card. But if you are going to have obviously these, then obviously it is going to go down to 279mm with the cage installed. As for the expansion slots, it does have a 7+2 expansion. When it comes to the actual front panel, well, as you can actually see, it's got a power / turbo button, it's got a lock, it's got a reset, it's got a turbo button, and then it has an LED readout. As for the I/O, it does have 1 USB Type-C, it does have 2 USB 3.0s, and it does have a combo audio jack. Now, when it comes to the back panel, as you can see, there is plenty of room for cable management, but as you can probably see, there's also a lot of room for SSD mounting, but it also does have mounting for hard drives at the bottom. It does have an included cage, which does have your accessories. You can have 2 SSDs there. Basically, it supports 1 3.5-inch drive times 2, 2.5-inch drive times 2, 3.5, or a 2.5-inch times 2. External, of course, it does support 5.25 bay as well, because that does have it in the front. Have like a fan controller. That's what that essentially panel is in the front, is for primarily for fans. That is what the turbo button is. It controls the actual fans. Now, when it comes to the actual power supply, it does support a PS2, which is a ATX standard, and the actual length, it has a limitation of 250mm. When it comes to the actual dust filters, well, it does have one actually at the back by here. What you'd have to do is lift it, pull, and it's got a long dust filter right there. And for the dust filtration, it also has one on the top by here, which is a slide off. It does have a captive thumb screw, and all you do is you pull like that. Comes off, and the dust filter is actually on there already, and as you can see, it is held in by there. And of course, it has also dust filtration at the front, which is just lift up there, and this does have another dust filter, as you can see. Also, it does also have a GPU support inside the case. It's got rubber grommets. It does have a lot of neat as well as modern features for a case, but of course it has the retro style theme, which I am all for, because this reminds me of the computer I had when I was a kid in the late 90s. So that's pretty much it now for that. Let's get some components installed in this and see how good the thermals are. Okay, so when it comes to the actual specs, well, it is the Intel Core Ultra 265K. It is an ASRock Z890 Riptide motherboard. It has 32 gigs of DDR5 from Anaconda, low profile. It does also have a 2TB Gen 5 drive from Apacer. It also has a RX 7800 XT, and it also has a 1000-watt power supply from BeQuiet, and it's also using the Nova Peak 360 from Silverstone for the actual testing. Now, when it comes to the actual testing, same run the benchmarks as usual. It's 50 and 100%. So what we'll start off with first is 50. The Cinebench R23 run, the idles of the CPU were 29 with a max of 82. The CPU power draw was 210 watts of max. And then, when it comes to the GPU, this was for FurMark 2. The GPU temperatures at idle were 24 with a max of 51. GPU junction temp was an idle of 46 with a max of 75. GPU hotspot was an idle of 30 with a max of 75, and GPU power draw was 274 watts. Now, when it comes to the actual 100%, well, Cinebench R23, the idles were a little bit higher. They were at 32 Celsius with a max of 77, and the CPU power draw was the exact same at 210 watts. The GPU temperature was idle at 29 with a max of 51. GPU junction was an idle at 52 with a max of 74, and GPU hotspot was an idle at 35 with a max of 73 Celsius, and the GPU power is the exact same at 274 watts. Okay then, so what did you think of that? Now, first of all, I'm going to give you my overall opinion, what I actually do like about the case. Now, of course, I'm going to say I like the retro look. I am a kid of the 90s. I was born in 1990. My family's first computer was a big beige tower. Very, very similar to this, but a little bit taller, of course. But it was very, very similar. It was very close. Not identical, but it's very close. Obviously, the nostalgia part for me is what got me excited when they said they're going to send this out. I love the overall design. It hits me because I remember having one similar when I was a kid. So it definitely hits at home. It definitely it definitely gets me excited, and obviously it's going to make me reminisce of the good old days when I was a kid. So it definitely hits my heart there. I think the case is really good. I like the overall aesthetic outside. I think they've done a fantastic job there because it does look very, very similar to the old cases. Obviously, the inside's all modernized. It's got all modern features like motherboard support, fan support, radiator support, all that type of stuff you expect in a modernized case. Of course, I do like the inclusion of this. Obviously, you can fit SSDs and hard drives. Now, that I had to take out because of the GPU. As you can see, yeah, it's a little bit, it's a little bit big, my GPU. So if I was you, if you're going to buy one, just make sure that you've got a big enough GPU that's not going to cause any problems. Now, of course, I did use the included GPU bracket because why not? I like the overall nostalgia look, of course, like I just said. The onboard fans, they're very good as well. The AIO was sent. This is the Nova Peak 360. It was sent by Silverstone to use in this particular build or review. The AIO is fine. The fans are a little bit louder 100, but they aren't the loudest. The pump is okay as well. ProMelts was fine on that. Now, as for the front of the case, obviously, look at that. It's got a turbo button. I mean, come on. Now, look, I don't generally show you guys my inner kid. I don't generally try to show my excitement, but this is something that's personal to me because I had something similar when I was a kid, and all I'm going to say is I love the overall retro look. I think it looks absolutely amazing. It's very, very similar to the old days, but obviously it's not perfect. But I like the turbo button. I like the... oh, that click. The power button, the lock, all that will really do is once you press on that, it will lock it in position. It means you won't be able to adjust the fans, from what I experienced anyway. This just reads out the fan actual percentage. It doesn't say a percentage. What I'll do is just say 50, which will mean 50%. Obviously, I like the overall retro style. The front panel is very reminiscent of the original Half X from Cooler Master, very reminiscent of that, and I do like the included fans. They look very, very nice and stealthy. Now, of course, dust filter, very, very nice. Now, when it comes to the overall of these, obviously these are meant to mimic floppy drives, so that's cool. I find that very cool. But yeah, also this is a fan hub as well. That's what the turbo button's for. You can link up to, I believe it's 6 fans, and you can actually control it by that. Now, the back panel. Obviously, it's got a lot of room for cable management, as you can see. I did try, obviously, some things obviously do look a bit jank, but obviously, as long as it's tied down and looks tidy, who cares? It has ample room for space for the cables. I like the fact that it comes with a drive bay at the bottom, because it's very reminiscent of the older cases from like the early 2010s, something like that. They used to come with those in the bottom. I believe it was Silverstone. Was it Silverstone? It might have been NGXT with their cases. They'd have something very similar. This would be the first Silverstone product I've ever looked at. So from me personally, I know that some brands had this similar drive bay at the bottom. Now, of course, it's got loads of mounting points here for SSDs, hard drives. It has a lot. If you take out this drive bay by here, you can fit a massive power supply, the biggest you can find. Obviously, it does fit a big power supply as well. I like the overall just cutouts. It's got a lot of good features, especially for a case. Now, when we get to the price is a tad steep, but it is a very niche product, and obviously it's going to sell for people, especially if they're in the era of the 90s or the late, like 80s, 90s, early 2000s, the ones who had the beige boxes when they were kids. So the price is £225 on scan. Now, yes, it's a little bit expensive, but it has all modern features inside, but it has the retro feel outside. For me, that's a win because it takes me back to a better time in my life from when I was a kid. So it gives me very good, happy memories, and that's very good. Now, the AIO is £110 on Amazon, so you get no frills, no nothing with that. It's just basic, non-RGB. Of course, it's okay. It performs all right. The pump's okay. The fans are a little bit louder, 100%, but it's okay. The mounting, very similar to other AIOs on the market, so that's not that bad either. Connections are 4-pin for the fans. It's a 3-pin for the AIO for the pump. But still, but look, all I'm going to say is if you are looking for this particular case, then I'll leave a link down below. I'll leave a link for the AIO as well, because I think if you're someone who's looking for a retro style case that doesn't care about tempered glass and stuff like that and flashy RGB, of course this is definitely for you. So I'll make sure to leave a link. A big thank you to Silverstone, because this is something I was very excited when they said they were sending this out, because this takes me back to being a kid and it gives me very good memories. So I'd like to say thank you to them, because it does take me back to a better time in my life from when I was a kid. So thank you for the memories. And yeah, look, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, because I've got absolute tons of stuff here. I've got Thermalright case, I've got Thermalright cooler, I've got Thermaltake AIO case. I've got Sudoku air cooler AIO. I've got more stuff come from Lee & Lee, so forth. I've got tons of stuff here, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend and week ahead of you. This is Rich for WELSHYTECH. Goodbye.